Hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial. We are going to learn about DOS commands used in the bash scripts. Now in the DOS commands there are internal and external commands. Now internal commands are all built into the command interpreter itself and it cannot be changed. Like the functionalities of the internal commands cannot be changed. And there are external commands. Now external commands available to the Windows command interpreter are separate executable program files supplied with the operating system by Microsoft or bundled as standard with the third-party command interpreters. Now by replacing the program files, the meanings and functionalities of these commands can be changed. Now we will follow the same way like in previous tutorial to run the command prompt, that is from start menu, then search for run and then type cmd and hit enter. Now we can maximize the command line interpreter. So the Windows maximize button can be used to maximize the command line interpreter. Now in Windows 7, 8 or 10 we can also check for cmd to run the command prompt directly. Like from here you can check for cmd and you can run it from here. Now if you want to run it by the administrator privilege, then run as administrator, or else you can just click to run directly as the current user. Now if you don't like the black and white combination in this window, then you can change the background and font color from the properties. Now to do that, just right click on the window bar and go to properties, and here all the options are available from the menu. Like from options you can change the cursor size, medium, large, and from font you can change the font size as well. You can make it bold. You can change the font style. Now from the layout you can choose that where the window should appear, or you can ask the system to position the window automatically. Like here this option has been checked, so when I will run the cmd, it will automatically place the window somewhere. Like if I close it, then I try to run it again, then it will automatically placing the window here. So what we can do, we can change it from here. Like if I go to properties, then layout, and if I uncheck this one, so from the left it's 75 and from the top it's 75. So like here it's x 75 and it's y 75, so it will place the window here. Now what we can do, we can change it to 150 and then 75, or to check the difference properly we can make it 250 and then 75. So just click OK. Now you can see that it came 250 here and 75 from here. So if I close the window and try to run it again, then it will place on that particular coordinate. Now from the colors, what we can check, that we can change the screen background and we can change the screen text as well. So currently the screen background is black and screen text is white. So what we can do, we can change the screen background to blue and we can change the screen text to yellow. Now let's check out the difference. So yes, now it has been changed. Now if I try to change the font size from 18 to 24, so it will appear larger, which will be maybe useful for our practice purpose. Now you can change the colors by using the command color as well. So we will be using color command now. So color. So before going to do that, let's check out that what are the color codes are available. Just type help, then color, and hit enter. Now we can see that all the color codes are available. So what we can do, we can write color, then first we have to use the background color code, then the font color code. Now here the background color code, if I want to go back to the previous view, then use 0 for black background, and then write F for bright white font. So the first one is for background color and the second one is for the font color. Now if I hit enter, it will change the background and font color. Now if I try to revert it back, then write color, then for background I want to make it blue, so color code is 1, and if I want to make it light purple, then use D and hit enter. Now we can use the CLS command to clear the window. So just type CLS and hit enter. So now we can see a clear window for our work. We have already used the time, date and version command. We will check it properly here. So if I write time, so time command will show us the current time, and there will be also an option available to reset the time. So it is showing us the time in 24 hours format. So here it is the hours, then it's minute, then it's second. So we can change the time. If you think that the time is not correct, then you can change it. Like if you want to make it 1 hour ahead, then it's 3:38 and 40, and if you hit enter, then it will reset time. Now I don't want to change it currently in my system, so to jump into the next command line, I'll press Ctrl C together. Now let's check the date command. So here again it's showing us the current date. Now if I want to change it, then I have to reset it into this following format. Today it's 5th of January 2018. Now if you want to reset it as February 2018, 1st February 2018, then you need to put first 2 letter will be for month. So it's 02 for February, 01 for 1st February, and 18. So if I hit enter, it will not change the date because we have logged in as a different user which is not administrator. We will exit from the current window and we will go to search programs and then type CMD, then right click on it, run as administrator. So if you are an administrator, then only you can change the date. So if I type date and then hit enter, now if I try to change the same, so for February it's 02, for 1st February it's 01 and then 18. Now it has been changed. To check that, type date again and hit enter. Now the date has been changed, as we can see is Thursday. So let's check that. Yes, February 2018 is a Thursday. Now I want to revert it back to January 5. So it will be 01 for January, 05 for 5th January and 18. So now it has been changed again. To check that, type date and hit enter. Now to jump into the next line, press Ctrl C. I will check the version command again, ver, to check the current version of Microsoft disk operating system. So as you can see, the current version is 6.1.7601. Now we will check the cd command or chdir command, which is for changing directory, cd, or sometimes we say it as chdir command. So both these commands are same. So cd is for changing directory. So my current directory is under C, it's Windows and System32. As I have logged in as administrator, so it is showing me that path where the cmd.exe file resides. Now if I exit from this window and run it again, but not as administrator, then we can see that we are logged in into the user profile. So my current directory is C, that is the drive, and then users and then username. Now what I want to do, I want to go back to the root directory, which is C here. So in order to do that, just type cd and then users is the parent directory for the this username. So if I want to go back to this directory, that is the parent directory of the current directory, then type cd and type double dot, and if I hit enter, then you can see that I went back to the parent directory. Now if I type cd and double dot again, then I will go back to the root directory, which is C. So now my cursor is pointing to the C drive, which is here. If I go to the top, then we can see that this is the C drive and this is the current directory now. Now if I close it again, or what we can do, we can change the directory to user again. So in order to do that, type cd then users. Now I have changed my directory from root directory to users. Now I want to go to the user directory again. Now wherever you stay, if you want to go back to the root directory, then type cd backslash, then hit enter. So it will jump into the root directory directly. Sometimes you can see that sometimes we are using capital letters, sometimes we are using small letters, because DOS commands are not case sensitive. So we can use both capital letters or small letters, or the combination of capital and small letters. Now as I said that chdir will do the same job as cd. So if we want to check that, users, so it will go to the users directory. So the cd and chdir work similarly. Now I want to go to the user profile again, like cd. So currently the cursor is pointing to the user profile, and to go back to the root directory I have to go back 2 levels up. I can do the same using cd / command, and there is another way to do that. If it is 2 levels up or 3 levels up, we can do this way, like type cd // to go back to the parent directory of the current directory. So currently by this command I'll go back to the users, then type / then // again. Now I'll go 2 levels up, so I'll go to the root directory now. So if I hit enter, I can see that I'm in the root directory now. We have already learned about cls command. So cls will clear the current window. Now the volume command, vol. Now this batch command displays the current volume labels and serial number. So as you can see, the volume in drive C has no label. If I go to C, as you can see, there is no label. So now I want to change the label by renaming OS. Okay. So now I want to run the vol command again. Now as we can see, the volume label in drive C has been changed to OS and the serial number as it was before. Now in disk operating system, we call each and every folder as directory. So under C, so in the C drive, as we can see, there are hidden directories or hidden folders, which are the program data and MSO cache, and there are some variable folders as well for some antivirus vault, and there are other folders like Intel, performance logs, and program files. So all these folders are known as directories in disk operating system. Now to check all these directories, we can write a command called dir. So if I hit enter, it will show us all the available directories which are not hidden. Like you can see these. So let me arrange the window here. Okay, so here Intel, performance logs, program files, SW setup. So all these folders are showing as directory here by dir command. Now if I type dir/s, it will list all the directories and subdirectories recursively. So if I hit enter, it will print all the directories and subdirectories recursively under C. So there are many subdirectories and directories. As we can see that there are users and Windows. So inside Windows there are many subdirectories like add-ins, and all these are the subdirectories. So it will run at the end of the checking, so that will be too huge. So what we want to do, we want to break the command right now by pressing Ctrl C. Now if I go inside Intel directory and then logs, we can see that there are many text files. Now if I go to this path, copy the path from here and use cd command then right click and paste the path and hit enter. So now I'm inside Intel logs. So I want to check all the text files with .txt extension. In order to do that, I want to type the command dir space star.txt. So here the pattern is star means anything, it will be xyz, and then .txt. So the extension will be .txt. So if I hit enter, currently there is no file found. So if I type dir, I can see that there is no .txt file, all are the .log file. So to check the log file, type dir star.log. So now we can see that all log file has been listed here. Now if there is any other file with these log files like .txt or .rpt files, that will not show up here. It will only show us the log files, that is .log files. So now I'm going to create one file like new text document abc. So this file is .txt file. If I go to properties, it's .txt file, and these four files are .log, that is the log files. So now as we can see, previously it was 4 log files here. Now I want to check by dir command. I can see that there is no directory available, and there are 5 files, 1 .txt file and 4 .log file. Now I want to check only .txt file. So dir space star.txt. So I can see that it's only .txt file and no log file is showing up here. Now I want to go back to the root directory, that is C. Now I want to check all the hidden files and system files in the listing. So if I go back to C, as you can see that there are many directories which are hidden. So to check that, dir/a. Now we can see that all the hidden files are visible now and hidden folders are visible now. We are going to learn about copy command now. This command is required to copy files from one location to other location and not the directories. Now before checking the copy command, we'll create some directories or folders and files so that we can check the copy command. Now as you can see, in my computer I have 4 drives, and among them one is the pen drive and the other 3 are the hard disk drives. I'm opening my pen drive and creating few files over here. Let's say this file name is another text file, one directory or folder, another text file, let's say abc. So I have 3 text files which I have created just right now, and one directory which is Kaushik. So what I want to do, I want to copy one file like ABC or Elena or Jack from my pen drive that is mounted to H to the directory Kaushik. So to do that, currently we are pointing to C drive, users and Kaushik. So I have to move from this directory to H. So we have moved to H. So currently it's pointing the H drive. So the copy command is like, the syntax is copy, then we need to define the source of the file. So let's say we want to move the abc.txt file to Kaushik, this directory. Both are under H drive. So the source of abc is H, and the destination is under H directory Kaushik. So if I hit enter, it will prompt that one file has been copied. So now if I change the directory from H to H Kaushik, so I want to open the directory Kaushik. So now I want to check whether the file has been copied or not. So if I simply use dir command, then I can see that the abc.txt has been copied here. Now the same I can check from here, that the abc.txt has been copied. Now what will happen if I don't define any destination, like copy? Now I want to copy a different file, let's say jack.txt. So I want to copy this inside the same location. So currently the file jack.txt is inside the H drive directly. So let's see what will happen if I use copy command and I define the source of the file. So it's H jack.txt, and I don't define any destination. So it's saying the file cannot be copied onto itself because the file is already present in the current directory, because the destination has been defined as the same directory, as we have not defined any destination after the source. So by default, if we don't put any destination, it will assume that we are trying to define the destination as in the same location from where we are running the command. Now let's say there is a new file called UK space USA. We have a file named as UK space USA. Now here we have a space in the file name. So in that case, we need to define the file name inside double quotes. Let's say we want to copy the file from H location to inside Kaushik. Then what command I need to write for that? Like copy H, then inside double quotes UK space usa.txt, and the destination will be h Kaushik. So now we can see that one file has been copied. Now if we want to check it and go inside Kaushik directory, then I can see that there the file exists. Now if we attempt to copy the file without the double quote, source is h, then uk space usa.txt. In this case, computer will not understand that what is the exact file name has been defined here. So in this case, this h uk will be the source and this will be the destination. So it will throw us an error. It's like if we put the destination right now, yeah, the system cannot find the file specified because the file which we are trying to copy is not same as the file name which has been defined here. So to define the exact file name which is containing a space, we need to use double quotes. Now what I'm doing, I'm deleting all the files which has been copied inside Kaushik. So right now I can see that there are 4 .txt files inside H drive. So if I go to H drive and check the dir command, we can see that there are 4 txt files. So there is also a command to copy all the .txt files into Kaushik directory. So to do that, we will write the command copy, then h. So we have already defined the drive name. Now all the file names can be defined as star.txt. This is a pattern which is defining that star will be anything, the file name can be anything following the extension .txt. So all the text files will be copied from H drive to H Kaushik. So if I hit enter, now I can see that 4 files has been copied. So in different business cases we may need that. So now if I want to check the directory, I can see that all 4 files has been copied here. So we again need to remember that copy command will not copy the directories, it will only copy the files. So if we try to attempt any directory, then it will only copy the files inside those directories. Now we have already seen that how we can copy a file, how we can check how many files or directories inside a particular location. Sometimes we may need to delete few files or directories. So there is a command which will delete or erase any file, and again this command will not delete the directories. So currently we are in H drive where we can see that we have these many directories and files. Let's say we want to delete the file elena.txt. So what we will do, we will write the command delete or del, which is del, or we can use erase command to delete or erase any file. So erase elena.txt. So if we go to the drive, we can see that the file doesn't exist anymore. So the same command which is synonym is delete. Now I want to delete jack.txt. So if I check by dir command, now we can see that jack.txt has also been deleted. Now let's say we want to delete all the txt files inside the Kaushik directory. So what we will do, we will change the directory first to Kaushik. So now we can see that there are 4 files inside this directory, and now I want to delete all the .txt files inside this directory. So we will write a command delete star.txt. So now if we check by dir command, now we can see that there is no file inside Kaushik directory. So we can check directly from here as well. Now as we can see, there is no file where the file extension is .txt. Now we want to check few other things about delete command. Let's say there is a file called abc.txt, another file called def, another file called xyz inside Kaushik directory. Now there is another directory inside Kaushik directory which is called the nested directory, so or the subdirectory. So let's say this one is UK and another directory called USA. So in both these directories we have few other .txt files like UK, Scott, then London, and so inside UK I have created 3 files, 3 .txt files, and inside USA I'll create USA 1 .txt file. As we can see, there are 2 directory and 3 files inside Kaushik directory. So 3 files abc, def, xyz all are .txt files, and 2 directory UK and USA both contains .txt files. UK contains 3 files and USA contain 1 file, 1 .txt file. Now what we want to achieve now is like we want to delete all the .txt files inside Kaushik directory and inside all the subdirectories in the Kaushik directory. We'll write a command del then /p/s then star.txt. Now /s means it will delete all the .txt files from inside the subdirectories, and /p is used for confirmation from the user first. So if I hit enter, it will ask me whether I want to delete abc.txt or not. So I want to press Y and enter. Then it will again ask me whether I want to delete def.txt file or not. So Y, enter. Then it's again asking whether I want to delete xyz.txt or not. So in this way it will again ask me that whether I want to delete uk.txt which is inside the UK directory. So again Y. So now I don't want to delete scott.txt, then n, so these files except Scott, I want to delete all the files. Okay, so it's done. We should have only one file inside UK, which is Scott. As you can see here that we have only retained scott.txt where I have used n. Now here we have seen that it's asking for user confirmation before deleting one file. I want to write one delete command where I don't want to ask the user to delete the file. So we already have scott.txt which we have retained inside UK directory. Right now we want to delete that file as well, and that is inside UK directory. So I want to create few other files inside USA. Let's say USA, and I want to create one file here inside Kaushik directory. Let's see, abc.txt. So we have three files again. One is inside Kaushik directory, one is inside UK, one is inside USA. So I want to delete all the three files without asking the user confirmation. So del/s, which will delete all the files from the subdirectories without asking the user, as I'm not using /p. This /p or /s, all these are called switches. Again, star.txt. I want to hit enter. So now it's showing me that it has deleted all the files from the Kaushik directory and from the subdirectories without asking the user. So I'm going to clear the window now. Now we want to learn about echo command. Now this command displays messages or turns command echoing on or off. Now let's see, echo hello world. As we can see, the echo has been turned on. It's prompting the hello world which we wanted to echo. Now what we want to do, we want to turn off the echo off. Okay, now if we want to echo any message like hello world and hit enter, so that each command will not be shown when executed. Now to turn echo on, echo and on. Now as we can see that the command is getting executed, and we can see that the echo is very much helpful when we will be writing our bash script. It will be used for writing any particular message into the log file or into the command prompt window, and it's sometimes very useful for debugging the bash script errors. Now we will be learning about start, copycon, type and more command. Now to create any file, use command start. Then if we want to create using notepad, then write notepad, then the file name abc.txt. As you can see, the abc.txt file has been opened, and we want to write something here. And we want to save it. Save and then exit. So inside H directory we have created one file called abc.txt using notepad. Now I want to check that by dir command. The abc.txt file has been created. Now we can write something into the file and then save the file before closing it. Now apart from start command to create a new file, we can use the copy con command as well to create a new file and to write something into the file. Let's see how does it work. Copy, then con, then I want to create a file called xyz.txt. Now if I hit enter, it is asking me to write something inside the file. So let's say hi Kaushik, then hello world, and now I want to save the file, so just press Ctrl Z and hit enter. So the file writing is done and the file is saved. So now as we can see, the file has been copied. Now if we just go to the location, so the file abc and xyz has been created. abc has been created by the start command, xyz has been created by the copy con command. So if I want to click and check, so the content is here. Now we can check the content using type or more command. Let's say I want to use type command, then xyz.txt, it will show me the content of the file. In the same way, more command also does the same work. xyz.txt, so it will show me the content. So the basic difference here is more is an external command which is supplied by Microsoft, and we can change the command definition by altering the file which is used for more. Now start command also start a new application, like starting a WordPad. So let's see, start WordPad.exe. As you can see that there is a WordPad which is ready to write something. So it's used to open an application as well. So the same way we can use notepad.exe without giving the file name, so which will open the notepad application instead of creating a new file. Now we can use the command in uppercase or lowercase letters, as DOS is not case sensitive. Now we are going to learn about renaming the file, how we can rename a file. So let's see, the xyz file is there inside H drive. So I want to rename the file, so I want to use the command ren, or there is also another command which is synonym of ren, which is rename, rename. So the previous file name is xyz.txt. now I want to rename the file as def.txt. if I hit enter, it's done. Write dir command to check it, then as I can see, the def.txt file is there and is the same file which was xyz previously. Let's clear the window. Now we want to learn about pause command. So this batch command prompts the user and waits for a line of input to be entered. So let's write pause and then hit enter. So it's saying that press any key to continue. So the command prompt will show this message to the user and wait for the user's input. This is very useful to monitor the output of a batch job. Now if I hit enter or any key, then it will go back to the command line, as there is no command I have written after that. It's not running inside the batch job, so the cursor is waiting again to give any command. So pause command is often used inside the batch job, which we will see later. Now we want to see a new command called exit. Now the exit command will exit the current console, that is the command prompt. So if I hit enter, the window will disappear. Now as we can see, inside H drive we have a directory called Kaushik. So we want to change the directory into Kaushik. Inside Kaushik, I want to check that how many files and directories are right now. So there are 2 directories, UK and USA. What I want to do, I want to create new directories now. So if I want to create a new directory inside Kaushik, the command is md, or making a directory, or mkdir. Both commands are used to create one or more new directories in the current location. So the mkdir does the same job as the md. So now what we want to do, I want to create a new directory called Australia. So md hit enter and check whether it has been created or not. Okay, so it has been created. So I want to create 2 directories in a single attempt. So now I am going to use the mkdir command. So let's say India and then China. Hit enter and check whether it has been created or not. Okay, these are created. Now we want to check from the location. Okay, so we have created Australia, China and India using the md and mkdir command. Now as we have seen earlier that delete or erase command will erase or delete some files, but it will not delete the directories. So there is some command which will remove the directories or delete the directories, which are rd, remove directory, and the same done by rmdir command, which does the same work as rd. And these command will remove directories, but the directories need to be empty before they can be removed. So right now we have created Australia, India and China, these 3 directories which are empty directory. So I want to delete any one of these directory, like remove directory rd command, and then India, hit enter. Now I want to see whether it has been deleted or not. So dir command. So now as we can see that India directory has been deleted. Now it can be used to remove multiple directories at a time if the directories are empty. So I will use rmdir now to remove China and Australia. Now if we want to check by dir command that there are only UK and USA directories are existing right now, and all the directories which we have created as empty directory has been deleted. Now there is a command called rem which will make some remarks, or you can say that it works as comment when we will be writing the bash scripts. So this doesn't make any changes, or this just put some remarks or comments. So let's say remarks rem, we want to use the move command now, and I want to put some command that what the move command will do right now. So rem then moves the file. So we already have few files, I think, inside UK or maybe USA. Now so we are going to create one file inside UK, is like abc.txt. So we want to move the file abc.txt from UK to USA directory. So we want to use move command. So now we have already used the rem command here. So if I press enter, it will not take any effect because the rem command is used only for commenting. So rem is used for commenting these part from moves to USA directory. So now what we are going to do, we are going to execute the move command. So move UK. So we are going to move abc.txt this file to the destination H USA. Sorry, the path is H Kaushik UK, then abc.txt to H Kaushik, then USA. So what it will do, it will move the abc.txt file from the location H Kaushik UK, these are the directories, to the destination directory is Kaushik USA. So if I press enter, that I can see that one file has been moved. Now I want to check whether the file is actually moved from UK directory or not. So if I open UK, that I can see that there is no file inside it. So if I want to open this, I can see that the abc.txt file has been moved to USA directory. So this is the functionality of the move command, which will move some files. It may be a single file or maybe multiple file from one directory to another directory or directories. Now the prompt command can be used to change or reset the command.exe prompt. So let's say echo is off now. So I'm going to use prompt my prompt, and here the $sign then G is used to define the greater than sign, which is added at the end of the prompt. The prompt shown to the user will now be my prompt greater than. So if I do the echo on, now I can see that the prompt has been changed. Previously it was H then Kaushik, now it has been changed to my prompt. Now again and again, if I hit enter or if I use any command like dir or anything, it will only show us the my prompt greater than, which has replaced the H Kaushik. This prompt has been replaced by my prompt. So I can change it back again if I exit and open it. So as we can see, it has been replaced now. Now again we can change it to any prompt which we want. So let's see that how does it work again. So echo off, then I want to use prompt, then I want to use something else. other than my prompt, is like my cmd app, then dollar greater than. So now if I do the echo on, now I can see the my cmd app greater than is visible as the prompt. We can again change it to prompt my app then greater than. Okay, so in this way we can change the prompt. If we really don't like the h colon slash then greater than, we can change the prompt if we want, and if we don't want to show that what the directories are we are going to use or why we are changing our directories, so we can use this prompt feature, which is really helpful to make some abstraction. Now we are going to use the break command. Break command is used to break the line from the command prompt and jump to the next prompt. So if I use break here and hit enter, as you can see we have one line break here. Now again, as we enter, and we can see that there is no break between the lines. Now if we use break command and hit enter, then we can see that there is a gap between the lines. So this is a thing which break command does, breaks the line from the command prompt and jump to the next prompt. Now we are going to learn about call command. It calls one batch program from another batch program without stopping the parent batch program. The call command accepts labels as the target of the call. Now call has no effect at the command prompt when it is used outside of a script or batch file. Now to run the bat.bat file from another batch program, just we need to type call then the batch file name. Okay, now let's see that how does it work. Now we already have created few batch file in the beginning of the tutorials. So here the version time and date .bat, which will show us that what is the version of the DOS, what is the time now, and what is the date. And then we have used the pause command to ask the user input. Now we want to call that batch file from here, which I have placed inside the H drive. So we are going to H drive. Let's see that there the file exists. Yes, .bat, this file. Now I want to call. Now what we can do, we can copy the file name from here. Now to do that, just right click on the window bar and go to edit, then mark. Click on mark. It will mark the file name, and then again we can go to edit and copy. Now to paste it, just right click and paste here, and if we hit enter, now we can see that all the commands are executed. So the var, time, and then date, and then pause, which is again asking the user for the input. So if I hit any key, it will break the line. So as we can see that call command is used to call one batch file. Now the same way we can use the call command from another batch file to call batch file outside that batch file where it is actually used. Now that's it for this tutorial, and we will explore more commands specifically the external commands, in the next tutorial.